Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I forgot to move my mouse off the screen. Whoops. Previously, we began the first game's fifth and potentially final case, and it was some nice and fluffy slice-of-life stuff. It seems Herlock Sholmes has accidentally received the wrong viola back from the pawn shop, so we're here to trade in the one he accidentally took and get his real thing back, but something tells me it's not going to be that simple, is it? We just arrived here, so let's go. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before.
Ah, Susato-san, that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can ya? Haven't you lived literally next door to this place for months now? How have you never been inside? Huh. I get the impression you enjoy places like this.
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
My dear fellows, let us not forget why are we here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Oh, there's Mr. Windibank. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Huh. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm just gonna ignore you and look around first. Let's go right to left, work our way towards him. What are you doing, my dear fellow? We are not here to browse for interesting curios. We have come to teach this broker a lesson.
Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items.
Looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Windibank first before we can explore in here, Miss Susato. Fair enough. Please get a load of this. Mr. Windibank, about this. Let me see. I'll give you tuppence for it. No, I don't want to pawn it. I don't know what I expected. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different, it has holes in it, it's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Huh? What?! Jesus fucking Christ! Okay. What? I am struggling to find any words over here. I got nothing. This is fucking wild! This is so dark. I need a flashlight, a lantern, a torch, anything. It's dark in here. I might be eaten by a grue. It's dark. Unlike... How do we come back from this? A part of me is saying, okay, hurry up and just keep going, Zephyr. But no, we need to sit here and talk about this. What is wrong with this man? He cares too much about the service he provides to his customers. He cares way too much. This franchise it's been grim sometimes, but it's always light. This joke, because this is clearly a joke, just for the sheer random absurdity of it. But I feel like this is almost tasteless. What the hell? Can we bring back the domestic abuse, please? I miss the domestic abuse. Oh my god. Okay. Well, here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna... Ryunosuke and Susato are gonna freak out. They'll tell him to put the gun down, and then we'll never talk about this again. And he will never do anything this drastic again. Okay. Wait, a possibility just occurred to me. If this is some sort of toy gun, and it's like a gag he's pulling on us, bravo in that case. But if not, what the frick? Okay, I shall have to take my own life. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I... Ah, yes. It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, "Ah, here it is." You did. And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viol and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Please put down the gun. Phew. That's all you have to say for yourself? I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Thank you for watching. Hopefully Okay, oh, never mind. I didn't sign up for this today. Here I was, coming off the last recording session, being like, oh yeah, funny Herlock with his missing muse. Woe is him. We can have a bit more comedy before we get into the crime solving. Okay. I don't think this entire franchise has ever given me such a violent, primal reaction before. Honestly, I don't think I've ever, on any game ever featured on my YouTube channel, which is what, 3-4 years old now? Maybe it's 3 approaching 4, yeah. We're approaching New Year's Day. That's my anniversary for my channel. I think it's going to be my 4th year anniversary of my channel. Yeah, I don't think anything in this entire history has made me feel like this before. May I never feel like this again.
It would appear that the fight is over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windibank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Oh? Peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am, for example. The unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such.
Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean?
I don't like this man's gimmick. Please tell me that we're looking at a Trucy magical panties gag here where it's revealed that it's not actually what you think it is the entire time. Please tell me that's a toy. And by please tell me, I mean don't tell me in the comments. I want to see for myself. Forgive me.
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more.
Before you die? Not don't kill yourself? Okay.
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windibank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I beg your pardon.
A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes's latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings, securely. Oh... Something tells me Iris typed up a very embarrassing story. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you. On my life. This is all very strange. Boy, that finger is right on that trigger. I am deeply uncomfortable. I wonder, could I ask you something? Oh, a gentleman from the East, I see. Sorry. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed, then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders.
Well, this sounds nice. The viola and violin swap only happened a few days ago, right?
Right? Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
The very idea, Mr. Windibank, is an absurdity.
One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Thank you.
Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
Huh?
Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Windibank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windibank? What was that deep sigh about? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling. I don't see it. Except for on the art there.
I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device.
Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
Wow.
Here, I have an example I can show you.
Doggy.
Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it, look.
So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. As long as he's extremely punctual.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madame.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate.
Huh?
No. I must confess your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windibank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You're most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop, after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I am very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Hey, he actually has it, huh? Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windibank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. No! That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Windibank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. I'm too sober for this. Okay. Oh boy. So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last. I have tears in my eyes right now, dude. Three globes of gold. Is that some sort of charm? Dear me, have you not seen that sign before? No, never. The 3 golden balls are, in Great Britain at least, the universal sign of a pawnbrokery. There are more than 700 such establishments in the capital, all showing the same sign. Oh, I see. I had not imagined your ignorance was so profound. Oh, well, what is the significance of the 3 golden balls, then? Does it have some special meaning? That is entirely unimportant here, dear madame. Irrelevant, even. You mean you don't know? That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? Yeah, it's gold-plated. Actually, it kind of looks like a gold platter, repurposed as a wall fixture. 15th of April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight I tear the... Why are you so specific at midnight? Every night at midnight I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windibank. And who was it who walked out of here with a wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job.
Huh. Got some succulents. Boy, the thought of all the work it must take to get a cactus and a succulent over to Great Britain in this era.
Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small couch just here, look.
We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh.
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. Huh? What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all.
Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through things. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Maybe it's for viewing photographs in fine detail? We're probably gonna have to use that with the photos captured by the security cameras, aren't we?
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereos... Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once.
Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It is no magic, my dear madame. It is, well, Far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. He doesn't know.
Oh. What an assortment of things that are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit. Anything else?
Look at this! What could this lovely, big, shiny box be?
That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country.
Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a while?
Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the old gramophone, of course.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. Uh-oh, who's this rebel-rouser? The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Oh, that's the window bank. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over there by the counter.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it?
I've seen all I need to see, young girl. It's her, I knew it.
Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial 2 months ago.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. I knew it. It took me until seeing that name in front of me, but... Trading with a pawnbroker, huh? She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Huh? What? You remembered me then, do ya?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure.
So, what are you doing in here? Down and out, like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel, coat, have ya?
What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes.
So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windibank on your behalf.
Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you.
As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? Yeah, I recognize the bumps. That's like the musical, the melody player. I have 3 from my childhood on my bookshelves in my bedroom. They play just nursery rhymes, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and all that. But yeah, I am quite fond of them. They're from my childhood, I think I mentioned. Some kind of metal disc?
And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest.
Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Well, I'd like to quite finish looking around, if you please. What the... Why is everything new? Uh-oh. Look at Mr. Windibank watching diligently over his shop. There are still so many things I'm curious about.
I don't believe this is a time for browsing, Mr. Naruhodo.
We should probably see whether that argument's been resolved yet, I suppose. I want to finish looking at the shop, though. There's so much to see. I want to talk to Yorick over there. Would you have a look at, That's strange. Where's my armband gone?
What's the problem? Something wrong? Don't suppose. You're looking for this?
Yes, but how? And when? And how again?
I got a talent for it, haven't I? Diving.
That's bordering on black magic. And makes what I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull.
So, what do you want to tell me about it then?
Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who would use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, well, I am, alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably didn't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase.
Was... Your what? Chevy Chase, isn't that an actor? Was he even born yet? Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose, sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me.
The disc that Mr. Windibank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. So, about Lestrande's disc.
Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Oh, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box?
What, you don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
Ah, I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well...
He who?
Never you mind. Just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money, I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ugh!
She's been in before, of course, the little tatterdemalion. I don't know what the hell a tatterdemalion is, but it completely accurately describes her. Gina is absolutely a tatterdemalion. The word is right. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry? What do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket, so... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
Well, what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windibank.
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Yeah, I was noticing she had new clothes. Interesting. Now that I look at it, it almost looks like Sosuke's coat, maybe? I don't know. Oh. I mean, it's form-fitting, so maybe not.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
Okay, maybe it doesn't form-fit.
So what about the disc, then? How does that come into all this?
Oh, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn, if the girl and I can agree on a price. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat which you returned to her care, as I'd understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me?
It doesn't really appear to be your size.
Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade?
Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Out of my way, please? Who is this? Whoa! Hot damn! What a dapper man! And I must say, white and cyan blue, such a clean combination. This man looks like how breath mint tastes. I like it. I also like the Mr. Zeppeli hat. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? He has a cane, of course he does. Is that a horseshoe on his belt, too? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Huh? Who are you? How do you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. Yeah, I kind of figured.
What? You mean from you?
Broker?
Yes, sir?
I get nervous every time he reaches for that handkerchief. I believe this filthy pickpocket has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes.
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, any music box discs too. Okay, I know I referenced his Mr. Zeppeli hat, but this man is posing. And there are a lot of posers in this game, aren't there?
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation.
Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Well, first things first, I want to finish looking around. Oh, I wanted to look at the clock. Hold on. We'll get to you in a moment. you have to be kidding me. I just wanted to finish exploring this shop. Surely there'll be time for it later. Alright, let's hear your side of the story.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying. What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it, I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business. When this little gutterling ran into me, I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again. Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these back-slum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Well, surely Windibank will see right through this, because Gina had this stored months ago. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on, why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to the gentleman.
Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh.
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course, it's Professor. Yes, that's right, and all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. Is he eating a candy bar over there? I see something in his hand. I think that's a candy bar. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Scholz now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets, not at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article. That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt.
Ugh.
And you, I would quite like to learn your name. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry. Yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Sweet Lord in heaven, this man is a JoJo character. I love him. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. I now hate this man. You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mikitoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes. Egbert Benedict. Just like that, his entire cool factor disappeared. Benedict's a badass name. I look at that face, that getup. Benedict, yeah, that's cool. His name's Egbert. His name's Egbert. Not even Egbert. No, Egbert's passable. Egbert. Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Oh, maybe he just made it up on the spot. Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat, return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off.
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him.
Wow, his look's transformed. So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Egbert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
This is why I ate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one. Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. He's such a bad liar. Another disc? Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, that disc is mine.
Whoa! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal! She has?
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc.
It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. He's wearing gloves.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it.
Me?
If I ain't onto it, I'll have it off me again, so you keep hold of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Huh. You there in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Huh. Well, later. Later. Let's go back home. I can't believe that worked. Wait, you can actually ask her what to do? Clearly there's unfinished business.
Can it really be that we've been in Great Britain for 2 months already?
Yes, it's gone by in a flash, hasn't it?
And what an English gentleman
You trailed off there, Susato-san.
I'm so sorry. When I thought it through, I realized it's not at all true, actually.
Come on.
I simply don't feel that any Britishness has really rubbed off on you.
Nor you, to be honest.
Well, that's obviously because...
Yes, I know. Without a doubt, it's your kimono. It most certainly stands out.
I do adore the attire of English ladies. It's quite delightful. But somehow, I just don't feel ready to abandon my Japanese dress just yet.
I wonder how Susato-san would look in Western clothes. That would be interesting to see. Alright, enough joking. We'll have to leave these fine folks hanging. So, not a lot happened in this video, but I feel like I've been run over by a road roller. Oh. There is some conspiracy, and this music disc is at the center of it. Mark my words, it must... I think the music disc must be a special thing that operates a specific device. Like, I can picture placing the music disc inside in a mansion, and it plays, and a bookcase slides open to reveal a hidden passage. That's the sort of thing I'm picturing with this music box. Now, this might be a stretch, but I think Gina and Benedict both have ties to Magnus McGilded. And I think the music box, I mean, not the music box, the disc rather, I think it's tied to some sort of secret that McGilded that McGilded has held for a long time. The music disc must uncover something of McGilded's. Now, the reason why I say Gina Lestrade is tied to McGilded, Well, that should be obvious. We saw that third case in the game. We saw how that all went down. They clearly had something going on between them, something weird, something that didn't feel right. But Benedict? Now hear me out. Magnus McGilded had like a Scottish or Irish accent, and in fact, some of the characters even called him a leprechaun because he was short and all that, and rich, like he had a pot of gold. And what are leprechauns if not the mascot of a cereal? That's right, Lucky Charms. And what's one of the shapes of the marshmallows in the Lucky Charms cereal? A horseshoe. And what is the symbol on Egbert Benedict's belt? A horseshoe. That's all the connection I need to tie him to Magnus McGilded. This has been my great deduction. Yeah. No, it's probably more like all the shady rich people probably know each other. It's probably as simple as that. So hopefully we'll settle this matter with these three, figure out what the hell we do with this disc. Hopefully be able to finish looking around this shop. I want to talk to Yorick. He's right there. It looks like the top of his skull is hewn off. It's weird. Okay, we should talk about the elephant in the room. Shock factor aside, I genuinely think that the gag involving Windibank with the gun held to his head, it's kind of not okay. I find it a bit tasteless. Suicide isn't really something you should ever make jokes about. Much less, like, the imagery of someone holding a real-ass revolver up to their temple is not funny. There's no context that could make it funny, I don't think. And the fact that this game's playing it off as a huge joke, haha, funny, look at the silly, overacting man, it really just it does not land for me. I don't like it. But that's all I'll say, I guess. I mean, this one awful, bad, no-taste thing is not nearly anything enough to make me lower my opinion of this franchise at all. I mean, it's just one thing that's just so tonally out of place. It is weird. Anyway, I think I need to go lie down and calm my nerves. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.